I wasn't never with the cool kids club, the who's who's. I wasn't never with the parties where the got the shades on inside. And I don't even trust wear shades inside. I don't even play like that. What you got shades on for?
Look at my face, dude.
Real talk. You got the shades. Look, they got like the color tint to them. Them type with the hats on and them type of, man, I'm not with all that.
Rappers, they're all so tough until you hear their real name.
Yeah, or until you see them at a puffy party.
Oh.
Then they're not tough no more. I'm surprised that the rap game is still alive after, because the masculinity that the rappers are supposed to portray.
Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike on more than one occasion, listen here, man. My dudes in Philly, I got some real strong dudes in Philly. They don't play that.
Let's be honest, the music industry has always looked glamorous from the outside. Big stages, expensive chains, private jets, and millions of fans screaming your name. But for years now, artists have hinted that there is another side to that success. A side that most fans never see. Recently, conversations got louder after Terrence Howard started speaking openly about what he believes happens behind closed doors. Around the same time, DaBaby's career took a sharp turn and people began connecting dots. Then you add names like Meek Mill and Petey Pablo into the mix, and suddenly it feels like a pattern instead of coincidence. Now, to be clear, a lot of what circulates online is rumor. There are no court rulings proving ritual humiliation systems. But when multiple artists talk about blackballing, pressure, and sudden industry silence, people start asking questions. Is this just the business being ruthless? Or is there a deeper culture of control? Today, we're breaking it all down in simple terms. No wild accusations.
They're all so tough until you hear their real name.
Yeah, or until you see them at a puffy party.
Oh.
Then they're not tough no more. I'm surprised that the rap game is still alive after, because the masculinity that the rappers are supposed to portray. Oh.
Howard talked about being invited into certain elite spaces that felt uncomfortable. He mentioned Sean Combs, saying an offer that sounded professional didn't feel right underneath the surface. Howard claimed he walked away because it crossed personal boundaries. According to him, refusing certain invitations can quietly cost you opportunities later. He also connected this thinking to stories he heard from rappers who felt pushed into strange environments to prove loyalty. Again, none of this has been proven in court. But Howard's main point wasn't about one specific person. It was about power. He believes humiliation weakens confidence. And once someone feels small, they're easier to control.
You know, but when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things. When you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, you know, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy.
Whether people agree with him or not, his words hit a nerve, especially when fans started looking at rappers whose careers suddenly stalled and wondering if something deeper happened behind the scenes.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the
Hell
consequences
yeah.
when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands-off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that because the man card means everything.
Then you look at DaBaby. From 2019 to 2021, he was everywhere. Chart-topping songs, big features, sold-out shows. He had momentum that most rappers dream about. Then came the Rolling Loud incident in 2021. His on-stage comments caused backlash almost overnight. Festivals dropped him. Major brands backed away. Radio stations cooled off. On paper, the explanation seemed simple. He said something controversial and the industry reacted. But DaBaby later hinted that the punishment felt bigger than just one mistake. He suggested he was being blackballed. Supporters pointed out that other artists survived major scandals and bounced back quicker.
100% to myself more than anybody, because I knew goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Like I could have been, I'm already knowing, like I know what I'm capable of, you know what I'm saying? And I done already proved it to myself before with how I goddamn hit the ground running. Like I was the top streaming artist in the world, you get what I'm saying? From nothing, especially when you get there through your ideas and your execution, like it ain't nothing. I know the recipe, you see what I'm saying? And it's my recipe too. The recipe I know is mine. So when I got them, when I'm in a position where I gotta goddamn, I gotta goddamn sit down, where I gotta sit on the bench and goddamn and watch the team play, watch another team win. I'm the type, bro. Like I don't know if we was already rolling or not when I got them said shit, but like if I can't, I look at it like spades or some shit. Like if I don't know goddamn how to goddamn you can't play that card that soon. If I don't know, you see what I'm saying? When to play this card, how to play this card. If I don't know how to smack on the table like this, if I ain't playing like that, I'd rather be goddamn sitting back with my drink in my hand, goddamn watching, goddamn. Okay, boom. Oh, y'all like that? Okay, cool. You supposed to handle that like that? Okay, cool. When I sit my ass down, we running to Boston. That's what we call it. You play spades. I want all 13 books. I want all the angry. You talking about? I renege. I around renege. You get what I'm saying? But I'm cool with that. I'm a renege before I got them, play it the way they want me to play. I ain't going like that either. You see what I'm saying? So
with that situation that happened, right?
Yeah.
You said it was a way. I don't know. We probably won't call it. It was a way that you could have fixed it. They say you could have fixed it.
Yeah, it would have been. I could have played ball. I could have. What's the word? Conformed. I could have conformed. You see what I'm saying? Like gave in, goddamn, go along with what go along with the program that the motherfucker present you or whatever. You know what I mean? Give in, goddamn, but it wasn't. It ain't in me to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't in me to do that. I could have did one or two things. You see what I'm saying? And I'd be up $1 billion. $1.5 billion. Like goddamn, be a poster child for some that I ain't signed up to do that. I ain't.
Basically,
that ain't what I'm here for.
A humiliation ritual.
You can call it that. Real. I mean, that be for real. that be for real, but like, you know, when you get to, when we get to getting into it like that, so you gotta really know, like, a lot of these just talking.
It'd have been
For
worse. You
fans, everything, they just talking.
But you couldn't say you'd been up a billion. It'd have been worse.
No, 100%.
It'd have been
that
worse.
Why I ain't, you feel me? That billion. That billion.
Yeah.
Bruh, that billion. I ain't tripping. You see, these got a big, I think mother fine out here. These
lost it, yeah.
Can't goddamn, you feel me? Look they self in the mirror. These boy, you talking about, have you ever goddamn needed to cry? Them nigga crying, boy, every day. I'm out this, I feel great.
About it, boy, you blessed.
I
mean, King, I ain't gonna call you boy. You blessed, King.
Talk to me.
You right at that level.
I'm telling you.
To where you gone over, do or die.
Bro, I'm telling you.
And God made you say what you said on that stage to go on and rush it.
Exactly, because I was there.
You was at the point where
400
you
show.
want to come in here?
I swear to God, that's exactly what that was. And see, bro, I swear.
Some online voices claim his controversy became an excuse to push him out. Others connected it to rumors about elite party culture and alleged pressure to participate in uncomfortable environments. There is no verified evidence linking his downfall to those claims. What we do know is his album sales dropped sharply and his mainstream visibility changed fast. Today, DaBaby still tours independently and maintains a core fan base, but he is no longer positioned at the center of the industry machine. For many fans, that dramatic shift keeps the blackballing theory alive. Now, let's talk about Meek Mill. Meek actually defended DaBaby publicly, saying it looked like he was being intentionally blocked. That statement alone added fuel to everything. Meek has had his own complicated journey in the industry. From legal battles to probation drama, his career has always felt tied to larger systems of power. He eventually split from Roc Nation management, and reports of business disagreements followed. Around the same time, online rumors started connecting his name to elite circles and private parties. None of those claims have been proven. Meek has denied wrongdoing and continues running his Dream Chasers label.
Well, he said a Philly rapper. You understand? And it was redacted in the paperwork to that because, first of all, it had Meek Mills, it had Stevie J, they had redacted their names, and they had Usher, and they redacted their names and just said a performer of the Super Bowl and a Philly rapper. Everybody kind of knew back in the day that Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike on more than one occasion, listen here, man. My dudes in Philly, I got some real strong dudes in Philly. They don't play that shit. And they probably embarrassed for the fact to see that Meek Mills, one of the street guys that came out of there, got caught up in this Hollywood, whereas that he's dressing the same, he dressing like Diddy, hugged up with Diddy. I think that Lil Rod know a lot of, but I know this. Two men dress alike, it's just like two men laying down. When they both get up, they both homos. And that's real talk, bro. My man, you go to a party, dog, and the got the same shirt you got on, I'm taking my shirt off. I'm walking around in a t-shirt. And then, not to blow Meek Mills up out the water or anything like that, it was said that they checked his Google search and all that, and he was searching for some online gay and all that other like that.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy, bro. But listen, those are what, you know, it's crazy that money, that lifestyle, and you trying to fit into something get you. These guys never set out to do all this. Meek Mills, when he got into the game, he didn't set out to be questioning about his manhood with Diddy. But he put himself in that position.
Still, Meek Mill's history makes him part of this conversation. Some fans believe artists with legal vulnerabilities are easier to pressure. Others say Meek's setbacks were just business issues and past mistakes catching up to him. What keeps his name in the mix is timing. Whenever conversations about control and loyalty pop up, people point to rappers who face sudden tension with powerful figures. Meek remains active and independent, but the speculation surrounding his industry relationships shows how deep the mistrust has grown among fans.
You know, the whole Terrence story, that was a whole story within itself anyway, because the reason that I got that role on Empire was, like Cherry said, I'm just that guy. I just so happened to run into Terrence Howard in the Four Seasons Hotel, and I was like, hey, what's up, man? That's Terrence just hustling the flow. Oh man, what's up? He's like, man, I listen to all your stuff. He was like, even when I was on Hustling the Flow, he was like, I listen to your music. You know, he said I was trying to act like Petey Pablo, and that's crazy to me. So I said, hey man, we all going out. What's up? You want to come out? And he was like, nah, man, I'm going through a little something right now, man. I lost my wallet, lost my credit cards and everything, so I'm just going up to my room, man. So I was like, damn, you lost. So I reached in my pocket and pulled out 200. He was like, here, take it. He was like, yeah. He was like, I was like, no, man, you just don't be walking around with nothing in your pocket. Like, here. And I gave him the money and I walked off. So fast forward, 13 years later, I get a phone call. And this was a couple years ago. He was like, is this Petey? I was like, yeah. He was like, first of all, I need you to see. He's like, this is Terrence Howard. I was like, damn, what's up, bro? I ain't heard from you, yeah. Last time, he was like, yeah, last time I seen you, yeah, something happened between us. And I need you to send me your address because I owe you some money. And I was like, nah, bro, you don't owe me no money. He was like, bro, send me your address or I'm gonna hang the phone up and and you'll never hear from me again. So I'm like, okay. So I give him my phone, my address. 2 days later, I get a check for $15,000.
Dang, what a great investment.
Crazy, right? Crazy. So I called him back and I was like, bro, he was like, listen, you do not realize that at that time, I didn't lose my wallet. He was like, I just said that because I was so embarrassed that I was going through what I was going through in life. And he was like, effortlessly, you just reached in your pocket and handed me money and didn't really even know me. You knew me from watching me on TV. You know, we had never had a conversation or anything. And he was like, and people that I've known for years had denied me at that point in time in his life. And he was like, and he was really in a bad place. He was like, for me to reach in my pocket and effortlessly just do an act of kindness that way, he was like, it changed his thought about life. And I was like, man, that's really crazy. He was like, now we got that out of the way. Now I need you to help me on this empire system.
The story of Petey Pablo is often used as an example of someone who vanished too quickly. In the early 2000s, he had real momentum. Hits like Raise Up made him a Southern icon. He had personality, energy, and radio presence. Then came legal trouble in 2010 that led to prison time. After that, his mainstream visibility faded. Now, plenty of artists have gone to prison and returned to big careers. So fans began asking why Petey Pablo didn't receive the same comeback energy. Terrence Howard claimed Pablo once spoke openly about uncomfortable industries, about elite parties, and how much control they really have. The industry runs on connections. Being in or out of certain circles can change everything.
You're a public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
went away.
Got in
his car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirty. That was, it should show you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah, I mean, what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right, for 20 years, right, is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester. Like, maybe you'll come play with me type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
I think it's important to also let people know that the show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. We weren't trying to just get the highlights, the salacious details. You know, that the real goal was to storytell. And not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this project.
The 4-part series also features 2 jurors from Combs' trial who are speaking for the first time about how they reached their mixed verdict, finding Combs guilty of 2 offenses, but clear of racketeering and trafficking charges, both sharing their thoughts on the relationship between Combs and singer Cassie. Juror 75 describing them as 2 people in love, and Juror 160 saying in part, domestic violence wasn't one of the charges. Cassie, is she a victim in all this?
I believe Cassie's a victim in all this because she came in as such, she's like 18, like 19 years old in the very beginning. After a while, over time, you condition for it.
The goal of what the film is trying to do is to let the audience kind of come in to ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, you know, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. Because you'll see people saying that, man, he may feel a different way about pieces and bits of it, but he knows the truth. I think he'll see the truth in it.
Whether the rumors are exaggerated or not, Diddy's name stays central because of his history of power. When artists fall out of favor, people look toward whoever holds the keys to the biggest stores. When fans step back, they see a pattern. A young rapper rises quickly. They enter elite rooms. Something shifts. Then either controversy hits, legal problems appear, or the industry energy cools off fast. That pattern fuels the humiliation theory. But patterns can be tricky. The music industry is competitive and constantly changing. One mistake can cost millions. Public image matters more than ever in the social mistakes and timing. Coming back to Terrence Howard, his bigger warning is about culture. He believes industries built on intimidation eventually weaken themselves. If artists feel pressured instead of supported, creativity suffers. Fear replaces authenticity. Today, more rappers are choosing independence. Streaming allows direct access to fans. Social media reduces reliance on traditional gatekeepers. That shift alone suggests that artists may not want to rely fully on powerful executives anymore.
It's got a problem. So it seems to me like there's normal levels of hedonism, i.e. parties, good-looking people hooking up, no big deal. That's what I thought what we were supposed to be doing. Then it seems that there's some other layers to that stuff. How do you aggregate and understand that as a person that's seen more than most people, or would know more than most people?
Well, like you, I've partied. And most of the times that I was partying and participating in the hedonism, I was judging myself and hating myself at the time. I forgot that as a male, I produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat as a healthy male. 1,500 sperm per heartbeat based on 1970 rates of sperm production. Today's rates of sperm production is so much lower. I mean, today, it used to be in a healthy ejaculation, it was 250 to 500 million sperm back in 1970. Today, a healthy ejaculation is anywhere from 10 to 15 million sperm. So that's a 2.64% reduction drop per year in sperm production. So if this continues by 2045, there won't be a male on the planet able to produce sperm. This is all because of plastics and all of that, but I digress. The point I was making, when I started overindulging, I was doing it because of insecurity. I was doing it like I became an actor because I didn't feel like I was getting loved enough by my mother. We all come into this business because of some hole we're trying to fill within ourselves. And some people, when they get to a position of great status, and yet they've been taught that they are imperfect, and we're always taught we're imperfect and you're sinners. That's our default. We go back to being a sinner. We go back to doing that. And then we think, well, since I can't get these thoughts out of my head, I must just be this evil person. Instead of rewiring our prime directive, it's not that I am a sinner and I'm made imperfect. No, I am perfect. I am the perfect reflection of God. So let me do the things that I think God does. Like I know as an extension of the Creator, when I do good, then God is good. When I do bad, then God works in mysterious ways. And I take God's nature on as a personal thing for myself, whether it's immodest for me to identify myself with the Creator, I don't care, because the Creator told me that I was made in its image. So I hold to that. But when we give it, for a young man, like we're 98.7% identical to chimpanzees and simians. 98.7, there's a 1.3% differentiation between us and them genetically. And with that 1.3% differentiation, we are supposed to be monogamous and deny the fact that 15 pounds per heartbeat? No, we should live in a harem, but that's not acceptable in our society. Based on our biological requirements, we should have a harem and multiple wives. And so when we try and carry those out by sleeping with multiple people, if all of those women were our own women within our situation that weren't sleeping with other men, they wouldn't have these diseases. But our society doesn't allow that today, and we have rules based on religion that tells us that what is natural is wrong and sinful. And so you have people that are in high positions that now they're just going to go against everything that makes any sense. And they go the complete hedonistic route. They want to defile. Because who they're really defiling, Peter Green told me this a long time ago. Yeah, I don't know if you remember Peter Green, this really great actor. He was in Training Day. He was the one that was like, okay, give me the shot, shoot me. Telling Denzel to shoot him, and he took the shot. But we were at the coffee shop on Beverly in West Hollywood. And I was talking to him because I was, all this stuff I was doing to women, and he told me, he said, you know who you're actually doing that to? He said, yourself. He said, the things that's coming out of your mouth, what you're saying to them, you're not defiling them, you're really defiling yourself. Some sacred place that you're destroying. And we do it more greedily because we're trying to destroy that thing that's judging us. Until the moment you start judging and you start accepting, well, I like this. Okay, is that natural? Yeah. Okay, it works out. Okay, I like that. Well, no, that's not natural because it doesn't benefit everyone else. And once you start thinking about benefiting the whole, then you're more modest about pursuing your pleasures because you don't want your pleasures to impede on anybody else's rights.
Howard believes humiliation is used as control. DaBaby believes his punishment went beyond one mistake. Meek Mill has spoken about industry tension. Petey Pablo's disappearance still raises eyebrows. Maybe this is just a harsh business where controversy equals consequences. Maybe powerful people protect their interests quietly. Or maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle. What's clear is that trust between artists and the industry feels weaker than ever. As more musicians choose independence, the traditional power structure looks less untouchable. So the real question remains, Are these rappers victims of hidden control tactics, or are we witnessing the natural fallout of fame in an unforgiving industry? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out on any new videos. And until then, fam, keep it real.